Hello everyone, welcome to MidMatchRant. Tonight, a lot of shit's going down so far. We've, Last time we talked, we just went through upper quarters and lower round one, and now we are left with only 2 matches left. So we've missed six. We have six matches to talk about today. So, yeah, how are Preds going? How are predictions going for you?
I'm in shambles. I'm in literal
We're in the
shambles.
same boat, but you know what? I'm still happy.
Fuck you for being right about loud.
May not have been exactly right about how it was going down, but they're definitely still winning the whole thing. So
DRX.
Our savior DRX, please.
Hopium.
well, I do like DRX. However, I do like NA a little bit more. So,
But well, let's start with the DRX then, because you did predict it right, but it didn't go the way you really expected it.
yeah, it wasn't really the outcome I had thought. I didn't think Loud was going to come out as prepared. I think up until now, up until I think that game really, they've looked relatively
Shaky.
very back to basics for them. They didn't do a whole lot in terms of counter stratting. The DRX game comes around and it looks like they're totally prepared for this game. Like they didn't miss a single beat against DRX. Granted, that Icebox game was a little rough because they shouldn't have lost that, and then them losing that was definitely part of the issue. But Loud adapting in that situation, I did not see them pulling through like that, and they did, and that's good for them. I think ultimately that's a statement for them and why I think that they should be that they're going to be sitting in grand finals, obviously. So it's a weird situation. I didn't again, yeah, I really didn't think Cloud was going to come out on top, but more power to them. I'm glad that they made it. Glad that they beat DRX when they were riding this humongous high on Icebox. Um, Proud of the coach for coming through. Seems like he really studied up on them to make something like that happen. Um, just don't know how well Loud's going to do from this point on. Obviously, we know that they beat Optic in a very convincing fashion.
Yeah, it did not look good today.
Uh, I don't know. I don't know if that's optic self-destructing though.
That's what I was curious about.
Those guys did not look like they were playing.
Yeah, I will say like that. That is. It seemed like a little bit of it was good anti-stratting. Like the main thing I picked up on from that Optic Loud game was just the ascent. It seemed like Les just knew where Ye was gonna be, and just knew the flanks and knew the timing and just waited.
Yeah.
So let's walk back on that then and talk about Optic Exit because that game was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Holy, was it close? It. I want to say a lot of it came down to honestly just experience in my head with how they were like Optic was able to just save not save, but it seemed like they didn't crumble as much. And like they were able to like calmly catch mistakes.
Right.
And I think that's what like gave them the little edge. Because like when in these tournaments, when it's NAV and a EUV EU, you may be the better team, but because you're going against someone in the same region, they have that matchup potential of just knowing what the hell you want to do.
Right.
And they have the reads. What are the maps?
I mean, can we talk about like how crazy that game was? Just like how fast and like I wouldn't say fast, but like just how all over the place it ended up being.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, even like we have the A4 half for X out for them to then only get one on defense. I mean, yeah.
I thought that was impressive, and then I saw today, and
yeah, it's like that happened. So
impressive.
Optic were able to clutch it back up, regain, especially with the Phoenix pick out of nowhere.
I was cool with it. I mean, I think Phoenix is still a poor agent, but
Just play KO.
I wouldn't say just play KO. I mean, KO is okay, especially on a map like Haven. It was so like not good on Haven. It makes me sad because you can't isolate things with his knife and flash as well as you could a breach or phage utility on the map. Plus, like a lot of the beauty of breach, and I mean especially breach was being experimented with before Fade kind of came out. Like, but people weren't sure how that was going to work. Fade comes out, and then all of a sudden, Sova starts getting pushed out of the
Meta.
out of the Haven meta, and the reason for that is that she can better isolate information and force 1v1s with the double dog, with the pull, with the I can see you from anywhere. As long as like I can see a pixel of your shoulder, you know,
You're spotted.
spotted. And like KO doesn't really do that very well in Haven. Do I like playing KO in Haven? I do. I think KO is probably my favorite agent to play right now. Aside from, I think, like for me, it's like KO Breach Guy, not Fade, but like KO just doesn't have a lot of control on that map as much as he like I want him to, compared to something like a center where I'm just like, and now I throw my knife, I have a main, like I know somebody's there. But anyways, it was just crazy. Like KJ from FNS starting on what was it, attack, right?
Yeah.
Like everybody's been doing that.
Or no, they started defense.
They started
Yeah,
defense.
they
Oh,
started
that's right.
defense.
That's right. That's why I was confused.
Yeah, they started defense with it.
Because they double scented, right?
And then
Just
yeah, from the double senti, it didn't work on defense, but then all of a sudden they were getting a lot of push or they were getting a lot of use on offense.
This might be a hot take, but I think Killjoy in that map is just objectively better on offense.
I mean, yes, but I think that's only true because of her ultimate.
It's not even just true because of your ultimate, though. It's because the turret can completely cut out the mid pressure. All I do is I place a turret outside of garage, and you can no longer go up mid without me knowing. So that takes away a player, and I can now force you to play the sites without having to use a man.
Part of me wonders how much is that really doing on a map like Haven?
With a chamber meta, a lot.
But like on attack, like it might be doing a lot, but like when you watch pro teams play, that turret's never mid, and it's never really in grass. It's usually for post play. So, I mean, I can see your argument for like, all right, guys, let's stop the mid pressure, but like in the chamber meta, and chamber meta specifically, it is almost never something the defense is going to push because it's either already free space or you're just leaving it alone. I would rather take a sewers control or C long control versus fighting grass unless I have the hard read. And in ranked, it's like, all right, it's flip flop, flip flop, flip flop. They're probably gonna go mid here soon, and then you can pretty accurately guess that. But in competitive play, I don't see a value to KJ Killjoy over something different. Like, why not just use the breach instead? But again, I'm not a professional player, so I don't see the game in the same way.
In my head, I think it's just more of a like we were talking about last time with like Liquid calling them out being too predictable. They're like, let's throw in an oddball. Because Xset just knows our plan, plain and simple. We'll get to that later. But you know what I mean?
No, I get it.
Because it's like
it does make sense.
because they've been the inventors for Haven, had the strat with the Neon for ages now. Why not throw in that oddball with Phoenix, and then throw in the KJ as well for FNS to be more comfortable? Because and then work with that. Because then XI will be taken it off. They won't know what to do, and that's what happened on attack. It just was out of nowhere. It's instead of playing for that A lobby, it's all over the map now.
Yeah, now you're running. I mean, yeah, Phoenix, I guess, in a sense, like kind of did the same thing Neon did, but at a slower pace. For them, who knows? Maybe we'll see the return of Neon tomorrow.
It could easily happen. I think it's just they're trying to make it so even if it's one-offs, it's in the back of your mind going, hey, they had this available.
They have
Like,
these pockets.
what was it when they brought out Yoru on Ascent in
Mhm.
Masters 2 or whatever?
Mm.
Like, it's just like for one match, got them through the match. They tried something, decided if it worked or not, but it threw the other team off enough.
I mean, so when we talked about this last time, we talked about are we going to see oddball picks? And to be honest, that was not what I was expecting in terms of oddball picks. I was expecting something like not off meta, but like a change in the meta. I thought we were maybe going to see a little bit more neon. I thought we were going to see maybe throw in more jets, maybe more ciphers.
Well, not like
I
this.
didn't expect to see a KJ. I really didn't expect to see a Phoenix.
Yeah.
They just saw Liquid and want to follow through.
I don't think they saw Liquid.
I think they saw FPX wanted to follow through. FPX has like I think 2 comps per map,
Well, I think that we're
like
circling.
minimum.
They do test. They like
Okay,
FPX
well,
play.
their testing is tough. I don't understand their thought process.
Oh no, yeah. A lot of times there's just you're on Breeze.
Why?
Guys, I think Chamber's really bad.
Bro, I'm never gonna get over that.
Guys, Chamber's dog shit.
But I mean,
How can you say that?
How do you say
No,
the
this-
strongest agent? Yeah,
then there was a scent. Like there was a scent where, like you like I'm looking at it and going how like it was 9-3.
Win your pistols.
Like Optic win pistols and nothing else until 12th round. Then they won the first 6 rounds, and then all of a sudden X got their footing back in and barely closed it out. How the hell did that happen?
That's
NA baby, we
Like-
don't win our thrifties.
like, it, I am I can't even say it's like just us that you need a duelist because that's not the case. Exa had second on or cryo on Jet. Do you think that's a problem for Optic? That they just need to go back to a duelist on Ascent?
Man,
No.
that's hard because it's like, what? Who do you put on a duelist now? KO is too important. Soap is too important. Fate is. Well, I guess you could take. No,
I think what
you take FNS off the Fade, right?
you take FNS off the
Yeah.
Fade, put him back on Killjoy, put Ye back on Jet. I think that's the way it has to go. If you still want the Fade, you then have Crashies play Fade instead of Sova, because I think you can replace those two on Ascent. On Ascent, I think realistically it's probably more Fade sided. I don't maybe not, but I think with the double dogs and like how close like not cluttered but like close together everything is.
Did we play Fade today in scrims on his own? No, we didn't.
No.
Yes,
We
yes we did.
Oh yeah, Nick was fade.
Nick was Fade.
okay. Let me hold on. Let me think about the impact that I had. Let me. All right. If you
Well,
guys
you
want to give
even-
context for that, let
But-
me think back.
Oh, context for we had a scrim today for the team.
Yeah, our school's team, but and our initiator player played Fade over Sova. Because think about it, like the dart, it's gonna be about the same. Like if anything, realistically now the lineups are probably better than Sova because they're more oddballish.
Yeah.
People still haven't fully learned them, and you know you only need a quick line of sight of them. So
You
can,
also can instant command it to drop.
that as well. You have the C's, which with the raise meta right now is insane. Although Ascent isn't the biggest raise map, but it isn't the biggest. Like I'm
Okay,
still seeing
yeah,
teams
yeah, yeah.
run Jet. Like it's still like 50-50 probably with the
Okay.
Jet.
Yeah, I agree with that. The
But with the with that or KO or like it probably is gonna beat shock darts now with how weak those are. And then you have 2 dogs instead of the 1 drone. And with how short drone is, like
Okay.
I think the drone still is stronger than the dog.
No, I don't think the drone is the selling point for me. I think the selling point is how easy it is for Sova to play post plant on the map. The Dart obviously is important. I think his ult is insane on Ascent. I think Fatal
Kind of iffy.
is kind of iffy on Ascent because
That's fair.
Ascent is so retake heavy these days. Like I would rather not fight on A.
Mhm.
Fighting on A for my life is the worst thing ever.
Yeah, but that's all we did today.
You get flash, you get smoked, you get flash, you get smoked, you get flash, you get smoked. I'm like, I can't play the fucking game.
You don't
You
get
know.
to play.
On B, I would gladly sit backside and just welcome people in my arms. But like on A, no. Even sometimes on B, like just leave.
Yeah.
There's no reason to. Which is why I feel like Fade is like why Fade and Soba are so interchangeable. But I guess you could take the Soba out here in the situation if they felt Fade was
I mean,
stronger.
Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm saying it's like a 70-30. Like in my head, it's probably like a 55-45 with how strong they are. And I think a little bit of that bump to Fade is just because they're still semi-new and like you don't know all the eyes. And I think the impact with the eyes itself is just so easily to see. It's a lot harder for like Dart to just like something barely blocks it from stairs because that can happen if you mess up the Dart.
Yeah.
Whereas that's not gonna happen. But
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So like I'm running through it in my head. I didn't see. It's so hard because it's like I just think about pro play and an hour play, but like.
when our play's just running it down.
Okay, well
I
that
mean,
was like.
We literally dipped that team today. There's no other way to put it.
Hey, no. Okay, let me talk about that for a second.
Okay.
On Bind, you know how many fucking assists Josh and I had combined? The smokes plus the flash plays every fucking round.
Thanks to those kills.
Yeah. Between the both of us, there were a lot of assists. I
Let's
think
go back to the scoreboard.
I think there is easily 30 plus.
I'm gonna go back to the scoreboard later.
And then I think somebody else had assists too, so like, I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe that was 10 plus. I think it might have been Nick. But no, I think Bind, I think we out-teamed them. I think Ascent, we definitely just player diff them.
Yeah.
Like I felt like all I did was
No, trust me. All I did is which is smoke, blind.
I knife flash,
Get a kill or two.
Knife flash. But maybe maybe that's our role. So
That is. But I don't know. I just
support jail.
saying it. I'm still just like indifferent with the no duelist, especially after seeing like Fnatic all of a sudden do so well on Ascent. It seems with the Jet or Loud with their Ascent.
The worst part is they started Optic starts attack on Ascent, right?
Mm-hmm.
They know
it's gonna be tough.
Who's map? This was XS map pick, right? It wasn't Optics.
So
yeah.
No, it's Optics.
That's Optics pick?
Except ban Bind, Optic ban Breeze, Except pick Haven, Optic pick Ascend, Except ban Fracture, Optic ban Icebox, Pro remains.
Okay. So I guess I understand. Because my big complaint was going to be, why Astra with a no initiator comp? Or with a triple initiator comp.
Yeah.
To me, that feels very counterintuitive to the let's control the information kind of thing, or where we need to go, or else we're not going, because the only characters you have to take space with are Fade Dog, Pop Flash, and that's all you're getting. Well, I mean, yes, Knife, but like
you're not really gaining much space.
Yeah, in terms of
they could just say fuck you, no, I'm staying here.
Watch the people we played today, and then I knifed and they ran away.
Yeah.
Like,
guys, they know I'm here. Run.
They know. Fuck. Then there were still 3 people there.
But
always on A.
It just felt weird, especially with the turnaround, because like I was watching and going, well, there goes Optic, and then 20 minutes later, I'm like, well, there goes Exit. And then they started pulling me back in. I'm like, how the fuck is this match going?
Yeah, overall, the match was just really weird.
And then there's Pro, which I think both teams have just prepped very well on, and just
glad to see teams prepped on this map.
Yeah, dude, this whole tournament, every time I saw Pro come up, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a good fucking
Pro's a
game.
Good fucking map.
It is.
Aside from V-Long, but like it's a good map.
But
okay, I concede.
But
we have another icebox on our hand.
Yeah.
I mean, it
now,
seems like you can fix it though.
Probably good.
Well, okay. Again, let me reiterate the point. The problem, because Chamber exists.
Yeah. Chamber didn't exist. It'd probably be fine.
It'd probably be more fun.
Maybe they're gonna destroy Chamber next patch. They're actually touching Rendezvous.
If Rendezvous, okay, wait.
They
We'll talk about the potential chamber nerfs in a little bit.
okay.
Because
Right,
that's a whole theoretical situation that I would definitely be down to talk about in terms of how.
But first, let's just go over matches.
Okay.
But I think was a good showing. Didn't expect to be that close. Very nice.
Yep.
And then we had lower round 2. Let's start with DRX Fnatic. I think this is one that you and me, we all three were fully able to watch. Didn't do anything else.
Mhm.
Oh my god, was it good?
It was, oh my god, it was a good
It's
match.
stressful. Was it good? I will say, I thought it was over at midway through map 2.
Yeah.
They did not look like that first map. Yikes! It just why people have been taking Fnatic to bind. Circus too good on Icebox. That's all I have to say. I don't know what it is with him on that map. It's just he's so comfortable.
I think we had this kind of. I brought it up. I was like, the reason why I hate players like Durka is because like I think he's a good player in the sense that when he's given a 1v1, he's more often than not going to win the 1v1. And players like that are the most dangerous. You swing the guy, he gets one, it's over. You know, he gets this one, Chamber TP's out, he gets the second one. And then all of a sudden he comes up 2, maybe 3 in a round because they gave him ones. Rounds 1. It's not like he's doing anything insane, honestly.
But
I think it's just so valuable to have like a guy who's guaranteed to win at least one.
Yeah.
it's so stupid.
It makes me feel bad. You know, like I'm watching the game, I'm like, man, you're a problem. Stop winning.
You're too good at your aim.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's,
And then there's just times where you just look and go, "How the fuck did they give you that 1v3?"
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, how did they give you this?
Bind, he's looking at U-Haul. And fucking who was it? Who's the fucking Sky player? I'm tossing them under the bus.
Yeah, probably stacks.
Stacks?
There wasn't bind. There's no bind in this
There's
map.
no bind? What the fuck map am I thinking of?
Well, with a sky, it was probably
None of these maps.
yeah.
You're thinking of a different
I'm
series.
thinking of a different series. It happened to him twice.
I don't know, but like,
Oh no, you're thinking the Liquid game where Soul Cash just went.
A literal circle around his head. And dude, that fucking stuck with me. How the fuck do you whiff that bad?
yeah, it's but
Sometimes you just. Ugh.
I just okay. Anyways, I was saying Icebox is really good at like being able to set yourself up in situations where you guarantee your ones. Icebox is a very I don't want to say it's a rotation heavy map, but like if you can't hit A, likelihood is you're faking A going B. I've never. It's not often that I see teams say, "Guys, we're leaving B. Let's go A."
It's
It's
We're leaving
you're
A.
going A. Now we're going B.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
and then Circus just staying there, waiting,
With the op.
and then all of a sudden gets picked, goes to yellow, or backside,
Yeah.
or snowman, and then gets 2 more.
It's just crazy. I think that's part of the reason why Pearl fixes like some of the Icebox B problem. Is like he's posted up long, but like
Once
the
he TPs
entire
out.
yeah, once he TPs out, like he has one more shot on site to like make something happen. But even then, kind of utility in the game, you just save.
Whereas Icebox is just.
Okay, you can see the whole fucking site.
Yeah.
You have 7 angles. You can
What if we made a site and gave it 7 different angles to clear at
I mean,
once?
to be fair, B Pearl has a lot of angles, but it's a lot easier to control the amount of angles
But
versus Icebox.
I was gonna say that, and also it's not like you're just swinging into all of them at once.
Yeah, like Icebox, you have top. Wait, I'm just swinging out yellow. You have top sight, snowman, back yellow, close sight, back sight, all at once.
Pro, you can be like, okay, I swing Hall, I swing Hall again, I swing
I swing-
Pillar, Heaven.
Pillars. Wait, no, you do. You Hall, Heaven, CT, Pillar, happen again in case you get time. I mean, that's how I would do it.
Yeah.
And then you do the generator box, and
No.
then you swing on.
Like, you can at least do them like one by one rather than having to swing out like multiple at once.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the Ascent game, oh, it was so scary. I counted them out so early, just because I was like, well, they just it looks so ugly. It looks so ugly.
I can't believe they kept their composure that whole game. Wasn't the game 8-4?
Yeah. Like, it was 8-4. It did not look pretty at all. 2 of those rounds were pistols, and then what were the other 2 rounds? I think the other rounds were like barely scraping by. I can't fully remember though. I was just like, it's over. They're just gonna get in. Like, was it because they started an attack? I was like, they're just gonna get antsy on defense and just swing into Durka. It didn't. Luckily, it didn't happen. Luckily, Mako Saxon Zest really wanted to win.
Yeah, Mako came up really big that game, especially with a lot of the 3Ks that he ended up pulling out. But I think that's something to note. You mentioned that in the past they get antsy, and they overpeak, and that's not to say that they weren't doing it, or they haven't been doing it this tournament. But I feel like they've been very good about
It's lessened.
It's not like, oh fuck, time to overpeak. It's, oh fuck, bring it in. But it's not like
And
as fast as some other teams.
Yeah. And even when they do overpeak, it's not like all the times where it's like 2 or 3 of them into the same person. Like, it felt like if it was one person, that was it. It was good.
Right.
I mean, still bad, but better.
Improvement.
Yes. But somehow they took it to overtime, and then they were able to clutch it out. And I did not see happening. I thought it was going to be like, I can't remember how the overtimes went. Wasn't the first one in like was put into a 1v1 with, I think, Alpha?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was a 1v1. Buzz was sitting, Jen and Alpha had gotten one. Buzz had top of it. Yeah. That's how it
But
went down.
because I remember getting to the 1v1 and I was like, this is where it ends. Buzz is just gonna like try something, and Alpha's just gonna shut him down, and Mental's just gonna drop. But it didn't happen. Buzz kept his composure, was able to win the duel, and they were able to win on defense.
Jumping out of heaven and spraying down 3 people.
That was so sad.
That was so good.
But I would say Stax is like had a pretty average tournament. Not a whole lot of standout games like he has had before. But I think like,
I don't know, that Breeze FPX game's coming to mind.
well, okay, but the Breeze FPX team is a little different.
But
I
yeah,
think,
I
like,
see what you mean. He's been playing
he's been
very
playing pretty
consistent.
Yeah, he's been playing pretty consistent. He hasn't been like solo carrying the team, and I feel like that's such an improvement for DRX. Like, everybody on that team has kind of come into their own. We're still working on some players. I think Zest still has a few consistency issues to come across. Mako has really come up as like a really solid support player for them. Buzz is having
Off days.
on and off days, but at least when he's having his good days, they're a lot
There.
higher than they used to be.
And Irby's has finally shown up to playoffs.
Yeah, he's come to play. He's gotten a lot of key rounds.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm still waiting on him to like
Actually pop off.
actually pop off. Zest has been popping off here and there, but he still needs like a consistency buff.
Yeah. But
It feels like watching this team this year, though, has just been like such a fucking treat. They're like, they stick with games because I'm so used to seeing them just like, oh, they made it to playoffs. They died.
bye.
They're gone. And now they're like, oh shit, this is what happens when their mental's in check and everyone's firing on like at least half cylinders. Like,
It's been good. It's been nice. And then to finish it off was the fracture game, which I think you and me were just sitting there going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it was that whole map was a what the fuck. A 6-1 start, Fnatic take a fuck ton of rounds right after that.
And we're like, fuck.
Yeah, it looked awful, and
It looks scrappy.
It was very
Both
scrappy.
teams were like fucking yanking each other down. Like, oh, you anti-strat this? Well, eat fucking this, and then it's just constant.
But it well, like a while ago, it would not have gone this way. Like the moment they go up 6-1 and then goes back to 6-6, their mental is just well, fuck.
yeah,
But they were able to keep it together, and we're able to just run it down, or not run it down, but we're able to run through it. It keeps their plan
Oh my
composure.
gosh.
There are just also some rounds where it's like I don't even know what Fnatic was doing. Like there was just
especially the round that got me the most, I was just like so confused about fucking
it's gonna
yeah, the Durka round where he just
the
jumps on
1v3.
site. No.
Oh,
He goes and they're doing a B take, and they know three people are on site. One in heaven, one in pocket, and then I think there's like one deep heaven who is still Rose. But they know that there are three people there. And Durka just runs on site. I was like,
how?
have your operator. Why are you running here?
No.
Because it wasn't even a desperation call. It wasn't a 3v5. It was still like a 5v4. The only person who was dead was Altair, and he didn't have the neon wall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there were better ways to approach that situation. I'm not really sure why he went and did that, because I felt like that round that happened was so key and pivotal to not losing like that. I don't know, it just felt so out of place. And then, I mean, let's talk about some of the fights in A main.
Where they ran through double door.
Yeah, like
That's what I was saying. Where they just all ran through double door. Enzo's down and spawn. Boasters gets, I think, just flash and just
he
killed by
flashes and
RB
died. Yeah,
at tower. And then Mystic is just sitting A main, waiting for someone to push him A main, so he gets shot in the back.
Mhm.
I think
I mean,
Durka was left on. Durka was left drop, I think.
like it just hurts to see that, because when I think about, I mean, Fnatic played 100 Thieves and knocked them out. Like, think about all those A main scrap fights that happened with Asuna and Neon.
Yeah.
And
They were able to
especially
stun them.
the one specific one where Asuna and Neon like runs into them with no utility. And that's basically what Fnatic was doing. I was so confused and kind of sad to see them like whimper out, especially on map 3 where they
You want to see them go the distance.
yeah, I wanted to see them like at least look strong going out, but it didn't seem like they shredded out very well. They didn't play around the fact that they'd flash through double door most of the time. They had somebody swinging. Buzz would show up, on time.
It was very weird. I wonder if it was just like they were just drained after that Ascent game and like they started pulling it back, but then it just crumbled after pistols maybe.
Maybe, I'm not really sure. It was just kind of a sad game.
But but DRX finally broke the curse. Woo! And the other lower round two was SPX Except. That will haunt us for the rest of our lives.
Okay.
Um
You know what?
Fuck EU.
No.
That's what I'll say.
but I mean started off back on Pearl. I was worried to see. Because I knew the moment this match was happening, I was like, the FPX are actually going to have Artis on Chamber now.
God. Miracle.
It's that
It's
easy.
like he's a good agent.
um, luckily they won it, but I was so worried when I saw Pearl being first pick because I was like, fuck. I just had a feeling in my gut FPX were just going to have like 20 different pocket strats and just actually show up to this map. Definitely a lot closer, but XL were able to still pull it off. What were the other two maps? It was Bind and Ascent. Damn. Bind. Damn Sugetsu. Damn these Russian Viper Cypher players. They're too fucking good.
Just
I don't know.
rats all over.
I don't know what it is about that country and these agents, but stop being so good at them. Let me have some of that talent.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, Sviatu really keeps his team into the game, like especially coming up big with a lot of plays. That that's really something good to have.
Especially for, again, a Viper Cypher player. Like,
He lost him.
I don't know. I mean, this series, I mean, Exodus should be proud of where they got. Even with this loss, no matter what, they should be proud. Everyone counted them out, in my eyes. I don't think anyone here really had them going past 8th
Not
at
gonna lie, I
most.
thought it'd be 100 Thieves getting in, not them. That
You put a lot of faith.
I
in
put a
that
lot of
team.
faith in Sean Garris, man. Love that man.
I mean, yeah, I think I had them coming to bracket, but I felt like I was on hopium for that. But they let everyone know.
Yeah,
Shut me
They
up.
should be proud, but
they should.
Now
I
I'm a
mean,
Cryo fan.
they came really, really far, and every game they played was
close.
at least close.
It was like both games they lost to were just so phenomenal. Like, even though they lost, it's not like they whimpered out like Fnatic or Liquid. Like, it was, they did their best. They charged at them,
Yeah.
and it's just
Now let's talk about BCJ. Like, came alive finally. He
woo!
finally had like a really good series, I would say.
Activated.
Like, yeah, a much better series than most of his other series.
So
That was
good on
good. Yes. So, but I mean, the games were very good. Yeah, that bind was.
It felt like everyone next set was activated. They were
Yes.
all playing fucking phenomenal.
But and then the ascent happened.
Now, here's the real question. What precedent has Riot just set?
Very bad one.
Okay. Here's the takeaway from this. I think I don't wanna speak as if I know the answer. But the problem, not the problem, but the reason why Riot I think interfered with this one and why it was very important that they did was because the round this happened. I mean, you could say that other teams like got games cost because of bugs. And that's probably true. This is an NAEU match. It is very, very important in terms of viewership, sponsorships, going into franchising, and considering everything needs to be fair. I know people think that KJ turret was right, that it did the right reaction. However, in no world did a KJ turret snap back while still firing. No world could that be a thing.
Yeah.
And I think in that situation, not even I think, it clearly cost them the round. And people could say, well, XF played it bad. But they probably would have played it differently if they didn't have to think about the guy happening.
Yeah.
So is the fault on XF for losing the round? I could say that yeah, you probably could put fault on them for losing the round.
But there's also a big
But
fault.
there's also a big problem in the amount of information being thrown out and how important it is to pay attention to that at the pro play. I think a lot of people are really ignoring that. It doesn't matter if the turret was like a real big bug because it's a small bug and yeah, it's been in the game forever. But it was like at least 60% of the reason why XF lost that round.
It costed Exit a lot of money.
It cost XF a lot of fucking money.
But
So, in all fairness, I think it was probably the right thing to do,
Yeah.
especially on an international stage. Now, the response from a certain team, certain EMEA team, acting like children, even after they won. I get it. You didn't want to replay the game.
But
But to
don't be.
take it out on the fucking team that you're playing against is dumb, childish, it's immature. They came out and said that they didn't even say anything. In the rule set, Riot can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
They can call a replay. It is their game, their tournament. That's the problem when your tournaments aren't run by third party people. That's why ESL will run back rounds based on their guidelines, because they don't develop the game. So if there's a bug, it's not on them to be like, no, that's a bug. It's very clearly a bug in their eyes, and they can roll back the round. Riot being in charge has to make those decisions. So to go and be a child to a team that has given their all, done their best, and accepted that they lost, have to go and play again. Now, we could be looking at this all wrong. Like, who knows? Maybe XSET did say something, and nobody's willing to say anything. But when I look at those players' faces, I know as a competitor for years of sports, from years of esports, when I play Smash and I'm down, I'm down in losers and I have to come back, in like last donk, last hit situation, and I'm already having a bad day, I don't even fucking want to play. That's just how it is. I
You just want to
guarantee
get out.
you, yeah, I guarantee you, XSET didn't even want to play. They probably played because it's their chance to try at least to get it back.
They'd be pissed
But
if they
God
didn't take it.
forbid, those guys didn't even want to be there anymore. I guarantee you, they wanted to at least try, but they didn't have the energy to do it. It's so unfair to do that to players. Don't be mad at Riot. I think the decision was right. I think it was right to do what they did.
But if you're gonna be
But
mad,
if you're gonna be mad, right, man, that's
For how
so
long it took.
fucking childish.
yeah, the length it took, I think that was my biggest thing. It's just how long it was in between the actual like finalizing of the game. Like that's insane. It was an extra what, 2 hours, or it's fully
Mhm.
called,
Yeah.
and I'm sure they were just sitting in the venue for those 2 hours with nothing to do, being like, wait one sec. Also, Riot has said nothing. Riot needs to come on and say we are the ones who made this decision, and give the reason why. Until they do, they've opened a can of worms that they don't know how to shut with all these bugs. Surely, get brought up later on. Because there will be other complaints about this, and others. Like, I've seen posts about people saying that they've had matches with packet loss, and Riot doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Like I saw that. I was kind of like, is that a server issue, which then can be considered tech pause, or is that a bug issue? And then that's where this comes in.
Well, that's a server issue.
Yeah. So then, will that hold up?
But still, it's a can of worms that, like, Riot knowing that and did nothing about it.
I think that they're going to. I mean, if I were Riot, I would do nothing about anything else, unless it's played on an international stage.
Yeah.
Because I mean, how many times have you seen people do PC swaps? Happens a lot at LANs because LAN is shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Shroud has come out and said that LAN is shit. You watch any, LAN esport, and this shit happens all the time. In League, less so because it's a potato of a game. CSGO, less so because it's a potato of a game. But like Rainbow Six, Overwatch, it happens.
It
PCs
big
literally
games.
die midway.
These
Yeah.
are big games,
But I will say though, I'm happy it was replayed, but I'm also very happy that FPX won after the replay, because if it didn't, it showed that would have gone down. Oh.
I would have laughed so hard.
Yeah,
I'd be so
you with
happy.
your ex as just the villain of EMEA.
Dude, it'd be so funny to me after Chet doing this at the start of the whole thing to a crowd, becoming the actual villains of the tournament.
Not the ex head coach, but we'll
Whatever
roll
the
with
fuck his
it.
name is. I'm so bad at names, and you already know this.
Oh.
Psycho?
Yes.
Sykuno?
I'm fucking.
Brand.
Van.
He's done
Your
from.
man.
He's
Alright,
blacklisted
well,
from
I'll see
podcast.
y'all later.
But anyways, still a good running. Wish SPX. I like the coach. I appreciated his take where he's like, wasn't them. Talk to them after. Or chill. That's the way you do it. Understand that you're both in the position where you don't want to fucking be there.
Yeah, and
Crazy.
it's
And then
just,
to double down and still talk shit.
yeah, for some people to double down and talk shit and then be like, can't believe NA people are sending me death threats. I'm like, like what you did, by saying all that shit about XSET. I guarantee you they're getting even more than that.
Yeah,
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah, that was those games. And then today, touched in a little bit on Loud Optic.
Right.
With Optic just not look good.
What's there to say about the game? Like
Not much.
They just got diffed.
loud dipped them. They got they counter-shotted them, and that's all I could say. I mean, I was surprised that they did it. That's what else they did. But like, to be fair, they've played 5 games now. If they didn't, I would be sad.
Be a little
But-
confused.
Yeah,
I will
A
say,
little confused.
the one thing I will say, Optic, what the fuck were your ban picks? What the fuck?
What was the
They
map?
tried something.
It was Bind, Ascent, Breeze. So yes, I understand the Bind.
Yeah.
You know, Ascent is Loud's best map. Breeze, probably Optic's worse.
Yeah.
Please explain.
Oh, I didn't even
Please.
say that.
FNS, please, come on. Please. I would
FNS,
like
what's
to
the
know.
strategy? I need an interview.
Please. But then there was DRX FPX. Or I think me and Justin may get noise complaints later.
Oh my god. The ending of that game, bro, my heart was in shambles. I could not take it no more.
The 9-3 curse is real.
But slow icebox. That's where it starts.
As
It
all
didn't
good
crumble.
things.
It didn't crumble after that Fnatic game. Plus, I don't know how. I don't know what happened.
They look good.
They looked
Hey.
good. They knew what to do.
Yeah.
And I was watching this game. When Mako almost got that clutch on second round. Oh, I knew it was gonna be a good round.
I knew I was a believer then.
I knew.
From that point on, I was officially a believer.
I had faith.
I actually like when I watched Icebox. I don't think I didn't believe. I thought DRX was still out. Like against a team like FPX, I couldn't see them winning.
I've been on the hopium since the beginning.
was weird,
DRX, baby.
You don't even know the names of the players.
Shut the fuck up. I don't know the names of any
It
players.
was weird because it's like the FPX got the pistol, but then the only other 3 rounds for their defense felt like players popping off. Like the one was just Zipan's 4K. I want to say another one of the rounds was Zipan getting at least 3 in a
Yeah.
round. Like it was very, very weird. Not something you expect out of FPX in my head. Maybe Artis, but not anything else. If
Yeah.
you're expecting a clutch from Chow, a crazy ass call from Angel, no, it was just Zipan just diffing them. Felt very uncharacteristic.
Yeah, and I mean that's one of the things we had talked about before is EMEA trending down this path of like, are we gonna see these superheroes and their teams versus the team? I don't know.
Well, hopefully not. I mean, I imagine with franchising that's going to happen a lot less because you'll want a little more firepower in every role, but you never know. But I not
No, I get it.
not to say like there will probably like IGLs will definitely like be more focused on the calling and such, but I'm sure you'll want more like your stage, your smokes, your initiators, like them to also have firepower rather than just I'm here.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure what happened to FPX on Icebox. I'm just glad that DRX showed up.
It was
played
also weird
good.
because their attack was very good. Like their attack, they got 6 rounds, got it to 11, and then DRX just kind of made a comeback.
If we talk about like the way FPX has looked, I guess I didn't really consider it a trend beforehand because I thought this is like most teams. Most teams are like this. But when you look at FPX's recent matches, they're very prepared on one side. On their second side, they're not so prepared.
I don't disagree with that because like we'll get into that to the Haven, but it's like that attack they had a strap for, 3rd round, won it, then they got eco. They got another 3 rounds, and nothing else. Like it seems very much like they Like their defense, they have something, but then and then there's just nothing on the offense. It's just run,
Right.
player diff, fan go kill, shall go clutch. But like, it was weird. It was very just yeah, it just felt weird. 'Cause then you just had your ex just making hero saves. You had the 1v1s. Any big clutches? I don't remember any big clutches for them. Will say though, it did seem like I'm not sure if you agree with this, but like I like DRX was winning a lot of their 4v5s. Like they lose the first man, and then all of a sudden they were just able to make it back.
Yeah, they didn't like falter under a lot of that pressure that comes with that. I think part of that is like being so well prepared on Icebox. I mean, they looked fundamentally drilled, especially on defense, where it's just like, here's our counter strat.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, we lose our first guy on site, but like we weren't really accounting for that anyways. We lose Buzz on the trade.
Oh,
we don't get the trade. Not a big deal.
Yeah, and it's fine. But yeah, Icebox, interesting. And then we go to Haven. I agree. So to start this off, character we don't see often here. And I saw it.
Raise, right? That's Raise, right?
Yeah, it's a Raise. Yeah, Raise.
Yep,
I know.
yep, yep.
No, it's a fucking Viper. What the goddamn shit? What are you on?
They prepared for one half and didn't think about the other.
That literally all it was. Like they knew they counter-tried DRX, figured out the thing, figured out what to do, where they just either run at A main with Sax's ult, breaches ult, or they go through Garage. They found the perfect counter for that, where they just have Viper Orb one way outside Garage, and then Viper Wall from B to A main. So
Crazy counter strat, by the way.
Like no, like thinking back about that, damn, like that's insane how they thought about that.
I forget that DRX like doesn't touch B ever, but
like the only time they touched it was Ecos.
Yeah,
that was it.
It's crazy, but
because B is a useless site.
Well,
no, you can still do like assets.
No, B is a good site if you are prepared to play against big. But retaking on B is so fucking easy, it's not even. But if you're willing to take the time and figure out how to counter strat a team against B, probably on the right track. But otherwise, B is useless. I would agree. But like at a professional level, when I see Optic playing on B a lot, I'm like, yes, because they drilled the fuck out of like, how are we gonna stop Ito coming in?
You know,
how unprofessional.
But
damn, isn't this your podcast?
Fuck off. But I mean, like DRX only was able to get one round win on attack with bomb going off. Think about that.
Was that a buy run or an eco? It's a buy, right? Because they eco killed everybody.
Yes, it was a buy run. Like thinking about that, it's like damn. Like FPX 5 diffuses and did that attack half. It was just retake.
You know, that's an impressive amount of bomb plants.
It is.
Now I think about that.
Were they playing off site?
No, they played on site a lot actually.
A lot on site. But it was just.
But Bucky kills, yeah.
yes, Brandon's going crazy. But yes, there was a lot of. It was very counter-striking because you just had the wall A, so that way, when they start pushing through, it's just person there. Like they just have to go through the decay, so you can just easily get free damage, just making them hesitant. And then the orb on C, just the moment they go Garage, you just sit back flat and you just spray them down easy. And then the one time they change it up was a hard ass read that I'm still pissed I saw coming. The one time that orb isn't thrown there, it's just on C long. Wait, why is it extended out more? I wonder if he's hiding in the corner. Check your corners. But then attack came. Damn, was Viper useless.
There had to have been something else they could have. There had to be something more
There,
productive
there
they could have done.
definitely was. Like on one, I'm certain you could figure out some sort of wall to do for like mid, so you can cut off garage and such. I'm not sure how
But
like.
like,
Oh wait,
but like, no, no, no. Imagine like you get to grass and you throw the Viper wall from grass so it blocks off window,
Mhm.
and then it goes. Now
mhm.
you have like a garage bush. Like it felt like they didn't.
They
They
prepped one half and
they
forgot
prepped the
about the
one
other.
half, yeah, and then they're like, oh, it'll be fine if we just throw it on A every round.
Because it was just
Yeah,
throw it on A for CT and sewers.
like I know the Viper was a gimmick for defense, but like, come on.
At least think of something else, some other
I mean,
variation for offense.
you could even throw it from grass and make sure that it cuts off garage awkwardly. Don't push garage, and then it just you have sight, and it would act as the omen smoke and astra smoke, or omen or astra smokes on CT and garage.
Yeah, like the worst part is like it's not like they didn't have a way to cover up if they were going sewers or not. Because what we saw them do is that they would Viper wall and then they would smoke A long so that way the guy on orb couldn't see if they were going up. So it felt again, it was another redundancy in whatever they were trying to do.
And then they'd also just have artists just lurk up A.
Yeah, so it's like if you wanted to throw a different Viper wall, it's not like you were giving away where you were going.
Like a lot of it was just throwing on the Viper wall, push A. I don't feel like it. Let's go C.
Yeah,
Let's run into the Killjoy.
Hmm.
it was not pretty. And I mean, Buzz came up big with the op. They didn't flash him out. They never pushed him out. Whenever he was
Texas
posted up,
Flash for Buzz though. Oh, so good.
yeah,
So many rounds where I'm like, don't peek, don't peek. Why is he peeking? Oh wait, they're flashed. Okay.
yeah. Mako kept them in the game for a very, very long time. Like cleaning up rounds, getting triples, getting humongous flanks. And they
Uh,
had the right read on artists just walking on flank every round.
every time they were just so aware. Like even in the rounds where they weren't, they were very quick to then shut him down before he got multiple. It was just one. But it was it was very nice seeing them actually like take their time and like they weren't just over peaking, they weren't overextending, they were just thinking. And like I will say, I think they could have had a better attack half if Buzz just didn't get a little bit antsy. Because it seemed like a lot of times he just peaked right before Utah. But then he picks on defense. All good.
Yeah, otherwise it looked fine though.
But yeah, they look good. I have no idea who's winning this tournament. We have 2 matches left. I have no fucking idea. Because, tomorrow DRX could just flop the bed and Optic could look like the best team in the world again. It could be the opposite. We could get to grand finals and it doesn't matter because Loud will just go, no, I beat you all.
All right.
Or make the crumble. I don't know, man.
Just don't give me optic for Sloud a sixth time.
I think
Well,
I think my prediction. I think no matter what, DRX doesn't win in grand. Like I like the Optic DRX game. I think it's just 50-50 on who shows up. Come on.
okay. Before you think about it like any harder, you gotta keep this in mind. Last two games are best of fives now.
Map picks, map picks. What does DRX been? Oh wait. Okay, so you also have to think Loud has the 2 bans in grand finals. Uh it's so weird because with Optic DRX, it's gonna be the bans are going to be Optic ban Icebox, DRX ban Pro. DRX have yet to show that. And same with Optic Icebox, unless both teams are just like until the last minute we don't show this. Like it's all out now.
I wouldn't put it against DRX. Just because of how much a counter strat team they are.
I don't know if DRX like
Um,
counter strat
they aren't a counter strat. They focus on their own tools and their own plans. They are an exec team. They just execute. Like Haven, their whole strat is just farm stacks orb, let it go away. Which is why the Viper on Haven works so well for FPX on defense. Because they just shut that down. Like it just like that is their bread and butter on that map. But
I think Optic beat DRX in 3-5. I don't think DRX has the
map pool.
capability in them. I don't even think it's map pool. Like, even if they did have a prepped map pool, I don't think they have the capability in them to
just to keep playing
keep playing for
like unless
you know,
they got
4 maps.
unless they win 3-0, it's Optic. Which
I mean, prove me wrong, DRX. Go for it. Feel free. But
Close in.
yeah, it's like again, yeah, when we make
win.
10. I was gonna say both are at 10 because it's at like 7 p.m.
Yeah, they're
for them.
all at 10. I do. I was so mad.
So I will not be going to bed tonight. Anyway.
I'll take a nap.
All nighter. No, I will be going to bed because I'm just gonna crash after this. But anyways. I guess with that, yeah, I think I have to go with Optic because I agree. I don't think the RX can go the distance. Like unless it's just Optic flop hard, which I don't see them doing.
Not against DRX. At least in the long run.
They'll
even if
start
Optic,
amping up. They'll start amping up at least.
Yeah, I just hope they don't go down 0-2. Because I think if Optic go down 0-2, the game's over.
Mm-hmm. But at least,
but if it's 0-2 close, map 2,
maybe
then Optic win. But I do think that Optic are gonna lose map 1. They'll win map 2.
Get that extra. Just get that extra. Yeah.
Yeah, because they are just such a late start team.
Yeah.
Yes.
They take a bit to warm up.
They just don't warm up before games.
Yeah.
Imagine what would happen if Optic warmed up before games.
Holy shit!
Unstoppable force.
And then there'd be Optic Loud.
6. Part 6.
Loud wins.
Loud wins.
I don't know if Optic has any more counter strats in the tank anymore, especially against Loud.
Maybe. I'm trying to think because you have more than likely for the maps. Now with them beating Bind, Cloud's keeping Bind in there. They're gonna keep Ascent. They're gonna keep Breeze. Probably keep Haven. Now between Icebox, Pearl, Fracture, what do you ban?
What?
Yeah, what are the two that you ban? So like more than likely those
Probably
are
ban Fracture.
ban
Probably
Fracture.
ban Fracture, but I don't think. Here's the thing: is that I don't think. At what point does Chet and FNS be like, Breeze is not fucking working?
But no, but here's the thing. In grand finals, the team that comes from winners has the 2 bans, and that's it. And then it's just map picks. Remember?
Yeah.
Like, I'm praying to God by now they've realized our Breeze sucks. But there's no way to tell.
Just throw the map, guys. You can have it, bro. Like,
like that's the thing. It's like Breeze, like unless they just have an amazing anti-strat, go back to Marvin Chamber and Jet. I think that's worked this year.
He's the idea, man. That's.
Reach, baby.
I think Optic just go back to like
Stuff.
Yeah, just fucking like.
See, I don't know because
Neon on that map is just.
Well, it's good. It's a good idea in theory, but with Cypher becoming more popular on that
less
map,
loving that character.
Yeah, unless like actually really liking it, it's just really hard to pick Neon now that character's coming back.
Just put FNS on KO, Marv on Viper, Crashies on Sova, Victor on Jet, and
Yeah, sure.
and Chamber. Like that would be fine. I think that I think that would be perfectly fine. Work very well. Like, if you don't think Victor's comfortable on Jet, then fucking, again, go back to the Marv chamber. Like, try that experiment again. Or put SNS on Cypher, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And see how that works, because, you want more Cypher. More Lurky. But their experiments with Marv on Initiator, I don't know. It doesn't look like he's that comfortable in pro play with them. And it just, I think it hurts a
I
lot.
think
I
the
just
reason
think-
that is happening is just because FNS is letting their nerves get to him about not fragging.
But yeah, I mean, last time people were saying, "Oh my god, Loud with the 2 bans is amazing." I'll figure it out, but who knows? I have no idea. But it will definitely be, no matter what, even though it's the 6th time, it's still gonna be a banger of a match.
EMEA doesn't win.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I-
unless they just falter. I guess that is fair, but I have hopes it will be another good match rather than
With
What
one
we usually
team
get.
stalling out.
yeah. But I mean,
But, let's look at this year in review. What do people say about Masters 1? Oh, EMEA, we weren't at full power. We had so much shit going on. And there was an Optic Loud finals. And now we have what is probably going to be
an Optic
Very
Loud
good
an Optic
fine.
Loud finals.
And
Unless DRX big dig their way through Optic.
you,
Which, again, is entirely possible. I am not ruling out the fact that DRX
but
roll the fuck out of
even
Optic.
if they did, that's insane. 'Cause both teams deserve it, and that would be the first grand finals with no NA or EU team in it.
Hog.
Pretty cool. That'd also be just
God, I love this
first
game.
third
Right.
region with a trophy.
Yeah, and it would also establish a dynasty of teams for the first time in Valorant. We will have officially had Loud and Optic placing 1, 2, 3 in every event this year.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Optic is right now the lowest placement is third. They're a good team.
Only a little.
Only a little bit.
Decent. But
It's not like they have cheats on.
no.
Well, I mean, Loud is 1, 2, 3 as well, right?
No.
Reykjavik, they bombed out.
Right? No, Reykjavik they got
No,
second.
no, sorry. Berlin, they bombed out.
Yeah, Copenhagen they bombed.
Yeah.
Copenhagen they bombed because what was it? The groups were Guild, Optic, Crew, Loud. Guild and Crew decided they wanted to play in those first rounds, so then they had to play each other in losers, and then Loud was just unlucky and just wasn't feeling it that day. But
it'll have been very close to have like the first
Yeah.
dynasty of
like having the team stay this consistent throughout the year rather than like last year where it was a team at the top, but both teams in grand finals just flopping.
Yeah.
Throughout the year, like nowhere close.
cool, very cool.
So
Valorant's in a good state.
yes, it is in a very good state. There's lots of competition. Everything's looking up for this game. But those are the matches. Ooh. I've really been watching for almost a fucking month now.
They've all been. We've reached an hour and 10 minutes.
Nice.
Anything else? So you have Loud.
Loud.
I want to go with. I think it's the first two time we get team to win for the second time. I think Optic take it. I think just somehow Chet just comes through with some anti strats.
I'm just gonna be different. DRX. Hey, you never know. Don't count him out just yet.
But I don't know. Half the time I just don't want to be boring and just follow Justin.
No, okay. Well,
No, but
if
like
I were to ride my hopium, I really want Optic After seeing like some of their maps, especially like
It just falls.
it's just really hard to believe in them
No,
right
I mean,
now
Mhm.
because they don't have like they don't have the goaded with the sauce comps, you know. Like
They're the
they had the same problem that they had last year. They come up big and then they start getting counter stratted
and then they have nothing to do.
and then they like kind of run out of stuff. They're showing more stuff, but it doesn't look as polished as somebody like Loud with their counter strats.
Yeah, with the KJ and the Cypher, like them knowing what the hell you're gonna do. Yeah, more than likely, God will win. Brazil, Brazil will finally get a trophy. Dom's Nation.
But
But
that's like Zom's Nation crying.
No, he sent an appeal today. He apologized.
I don't know. We'll see.
Anything else we want to do before we head off for the night? Any last comments? They don't
Currently
need.
341. Thank you for watching.
I was gonna say they didn't need to know the time and how degenerate we are. But anything with, I mean, that's a good chunk to talk about. I don't think we need to go into anything else with franchise or anything out of the game right now. Unless you wanted to go into the chamber nerfs that hopefully will come.
Oh yeah, I guess we could talk about that real fast.
Okay. I'm down.
Predict-
Remove TP. There we go. All done, boys.
Yeah, yeah.
Gone.
All right, predict your chamber nerfs right now.
Okay. If I have anything to base it off of, it's Jet. In Jet, they gave a setup timer, which works. The only issue comes down to, actually no, that's not even it. The real thing that they're gonna do is Chamber has to get 2 kills to get his rendezvous back. It's no longer a timer because with a timer he can play it out and wait as long as he wants. With the kills, it has to be he got someone and then left, forcing him to make a good play. So I think that's what they'll do.
Okay, wait. Let's just game to me. I don't think this is what they will do, but I think this is a decent idea. Where your first TP you place is there, like it's just locked there, and your second one, you have a 10 to 15-second timer until it expires, and then you have to wait the 45 seconds before it refreshes.
If I pull it back in within that time, though, do I get it for 30?
No, like so think of like how Jet Dash, you now have to click it
Mm-hmm.
before you can activate it, right? You have to activate it before you can use it.
Yeah.
Think about that with the TP. So you place it down. You place the first one down, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just locked. Like the second one, it's on like a timer. I think of like an hourglass, right? You get to the bottom, it's gone. Or you TP, or within that 15 seconds TP, it's used. You then wait the 45, 50 seconds before you get it again. So it's to make it so they have to still set up. And then it doesn't take as long. With the added, you have to wait the two.
This
2
feels
kills.
like a duelist.
He's always felt that way.
I know he's always felt that way, but god damn it, right? Can we make him a fucking sentinel?
But like that way, you have to like instead of being like, this is just where I'm set up, I now wait the full minute and 30 before they come. Like you have to wait until shit, I'm hearing things.
Mm-hmm.
Then place it.
You even have to wait before you even place your original TP. Because if you place that too early, this I assume isn't gonna have infinite range.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have infinite rage, but like just some way to like make it so you have to like fully think and like pre-plan and like I'm certain they're also probably gonna do some. I imagine they're gonna do something with the range, but I don't know. This is just an idea that I had. I just had that I think would be decent. Probably not the best, but the way to make it more like Jets. That way you weren't and just sitting there for 30 seconds, being able to do it whenever you want.
I think my nerfs would be Headhunter equip time is
That also.
higher.
That also.
It needs to
They
be
didn't-
way higher.
It needs to be way higher, but they said nothing about touching that thing.
But if they touch Rendezvous, what I want them to do, in order for you to teleport, you have to meet 2 conditions. 1, the teleport has to be a line of sight of you. You need to see the teleport. Change 2. If you want to teleport the first teleport you put down and the second teleport you put down also have to be line of sight. So if you are going to teleport, say you are sitting A long and on Haven, and you're watching it with an op, it has to be right to your right. You can't teleport into heaven. You cannot teleport default behind sight. You cannot teleport into sewers. That's some bullshit. You are teleporting straight back. Let it not be omnidirectional. Let it be a jet dash. If you're gonna go anywhere, you're going that way. That's it. That's what I would like to see. I think it'd be a way easier nerf because then you're allowed to spray transfer kill the guy, right? You don't get the initial shot. You maybe 140 the chamber, and you spray because you know he's teleporting pretty damn close. Now you earned it. I mean, I still think teleporting for free is bullshit, but
It's something.
it's a counterplay.
It's a
finally
start.
counterplay.
Yeah, he finally has some counterplay to him.
It is a start.
That's what I would like to see. But no, they'll probably just add more time.
We'll make it 45 seconds.
Or they'll be like, guys, if you get 2 kills with chamber,
You get it back. Everything about it.
Yeah, it's fixed, right? No. Kill anybody with chamber.
You gave me the gun to do it.
I have a gun. Awesome.
Awesome. Wait, now I can just get my TP back for 300 credits?
Bum, bum.
Sick. Bang, bang.
oh shit, guys, I missed with my op, whatever, like, bang.
Oh, wait, guys. Oh, shit, he's right in front of me.
No,
I've made the worst
No,
play of my
the
fucking
clip
from
life.
today, the artist today, like, actually
Imagine
doing
they
it.
nerf the off. The shot, the time between shots is even longer. But the op is like, guys, the op was the problem.
Totally the op. Not the fact that I can make the total misplay with an op and then have a gun that comes out in 0.8
Have
to,
it.
to literally fix my mistake.
Yeah.
Well,
What?
before we go ranting anymore, because we're gonna be up till fucking 6 a.m. at this point.
No, we'll be up till 10 so we can watch the game.
Send it.
We're gonna die tonight. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Hope our rant was somewhat understandable. It definitely wasn't, but oh well.
Rant.
That's not. You're not here to understand it. You're here to just hear random people gibber about shit, and that's what we do.
You like white noise? I see.
Exactly. But anyways, have a good night. Hope to see you next episode.